Last month was one of the biggest in SuperCard's entire history, the 10th anniversary of the game, a massive new mode in SummerSlam rocks, plus the end of the Street Fighter event. Honestly, I don't think the game has felt so alive for a long time. Will the new month of September have any surprises? Well, yes. So let's start on the first week of September. We're going to be seeing the CM Punk event until Monday the 9th. PCC makes another return, and it seems like PCC is now the go-to event for ranked events. That's or either a choice of Codebreaker or Last Man Standing. Maybe because it's fresh, or maybe because Cat Daddy just likes seeing the money. We'll come back to that PCC in a moment because there's a very interesting little mystery about that, which we're hopefully going to solve in this video. Then we've got Liv Morgan dropping in for a rare women's special edition card, which usually is a signal. Not that I've been showing other signals about, you know, new tiers or anything. On a subject of signals of new tiers, let's go for Reward Mania dropping on the Wednesday. This is classically a really big sign that the following week will have something coming. But JB, didn't you say it was going to be the 11th? Well, yes, I did, and then they changed things. The length of time to get that limited edition Eddie Guerrero from campaign extended, and I guess something changed with SuperCard's planning. It could be to do with Survivor Series happening at a later time in November this year, but hey, we're all allowed to make mistakes, right? If you believe we're all allowed to make mistakes, then I want you to smack that like button just to say, hey, JB, it's okay, because we're all human at the end of the day and humans make mistakes. It's free to start off with and it supports the channel, which is even better. Then we have the Flash event. Now, this is the biggest sign that there's something coming. Road to Glory starts the weekend and then it's revealed that it's a women's war game, so it's a women's event card that will be seeing out that week, and going into the following, we have a exclamation mark. A new update comes to SuperCard today, including a new special event. I wonder what that could be. Well, it does give a hint, as a quest is enlisted on the Saturday saying set a course for adventure in the new quest beginning today. Is this a hint at what a new tier is going to be called? Is it going to be called Adventure Rarity? That would be pretty, you know, maybe it's just an idea. Setting a course sounds like something someone would say if they were navigating. So it could be something about traversing, or you know what, they could just go wild and just make the craziest tier ever. In fact, I'm going to ask you to put in the comments down below what you would call this new tier with this hint in front of you, but I want it to be wrong answers only. I want you guys to go wild with some strange tier names. And if you include in the comments the secret phrase that's hidden in the video, yes, it's a phrase, not a word this time, I'll heart your comment because I love you and I believe. I'm seriously interested in this new event though. This is going to be taking up pretty much most of the time, I would guess, until we get some kind of Halloween based content coming in October, as we close out the month in the best way possible. A Dominic Mysterio Battle Pass. Fun fact, Dirty Dom, Daddy Dom, whatever you want to call him, the little scoundrel is going to be the first person in SuperCard to have 2 Battle Pass cards. Of all the people they could have chose, it's Dirty Dom. As always, I welcome your thoughts in the comment section down below. But let's go back to what happened this past weekend, because I needed to grab myself not just 1 card, not just 2 cards. Oh no! I need to grab myself 3 cards. Oh yeah! Snap into that, Slim Jim. Segway. Here we go. We have got this big, bulking bruiser of a car-flattening, tsunami-delivering Bronson Reed. And I want to get this pro and just show it off to the bar. Full heroic pro. Beautiful. Full level, 105, 105. We've got to make sure his tsunami is as strong as possible. He's a big boy. So without doing anything to him, he's pretty powerful. I mean, he's going to end up around that area anyway. I mean, compared to the special edition cards, he needs that momentum and that piece of equipment to keep him going. Oh, good God almighty. He gets absolutely crushed by this dude. If you got a good ranked Odyssey Jones from Last Man Standing, well, you win. Next thing to do though is we have actually managed to get ourselves 125 of these, so I'm going to grab my F3 CM Punk, which is perfect. I love the fact that I've got a Nexus CM Punk. More than the fact it's Macho Man Randy Savage. Don't get me wrong. I didn't ever expect we'd get anything Nexus in WWE. But there we are. F3 CM Punk. And he is better than the anniversary cards. Logan Paul. Should I just keep listing all the cards? It's not surprising. It's not surprising that he's better. But something that could be as powerful, if not more powerful, is a Macho Man Randy Savage Pro. We've got the Pro. We did the grind. It was mental. I had to do 40-odd thousand points on PvP to do it. It was a grind I do not want to repeat, because one thing you may have noticed just then, if I go back to the Battle Pass, this is the highest I think the total for points has ever been. Maybe I'm wrong with that. 15,000 points needed, which I totally understand. It's going to be bigger because it's a month-long battle pass, but that is pretty crazy. One thing people get wrong is that the battle pass cards are not supposed to beat the cards like Roddy Piper, etc. That is not what these cards are for. These cards are here because of the proc that goes to deck, which helps you in things like campaign, etc. etc. So if I fully level up and pro my Macho Man Randy Savage, there's another bonus to this card. Let's look at the pro animation. It looks great, although I am slightly concerned about his muscle at the back looks like it's got a blister on it. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like that thing's gonna pop like real soon, but the rest of it looks pretty cool. It looks more like an action figure than a person. So that's Macho Man fully pro, fully leveled up. Now we're gonna take it to the next level. Max out his games. Oh, okay. Did you guys see that? Watch this animation. He does the elbow drop. That is beautiful. Okay, so that is now my favorite animation for the Battle Pass cards. So let's see what his final stats are with his variant done, with his matches done, and fully leveled up. He is round about a Money in the Bank card, roughly. You know, he's better than an F3 Rey Mysterio, that piece of equipment. He's better than the Fusions. So that's a bonus. He's better than the Xavier Woods, that piece of special equipment. Better than Zelina Vega with that special piece of equipment. But he does fall short a little bit. Now let's put on a piece of equipment on him. And not just any piece of equipment. Because what goes best with this card, and why this card is so well sought after, is this Randy Savage crown, which is available and still is available in equipment packs. And this has a bonus. This is very similar to how the Drew McIntyre card works, but I would argue that the Drew McIntyre wasn't as strong as this. So you add this to it, and this card just goes from being, he's kind of okay, to being overpowered. Now he is just behind CM Punk that I just F3'd. If you used to use this in campaign, only charisma match in the next tier. This is the number of charisma you're going to be working with. Without momentum, 6,458, which is, I believe, more than any other card, and even Eddie can't get to that number. We now include momentum, 6,686. This is how good the Macho Man Randy Savage card is. He is just behind Bron Breakker with that piece of equipment, and he's got speed on him as well, so which can also help. And one other reason why the cards are great, if you have a look here, that bonus to proc, 251 to speed, 251 to charisma. I'm now going to go and swap this. Here it is, 1,256 to speed, 1,256 to charisma. That's just won you basically every match in Road to Glory, if that procs. Not only that, he has a 50% trigger rate, because Macho Man Randy Savage has a 40% trigger rate on his proc to deck. So anyone who was maybe looking to go campaign, this is how you win. Okay, yeah, that's where the craziness of the Macho Madness comes into it. But now we talk about mysteries, because it was posted in WWE SuperCard's Discord. Wouldn't recommend going there, by the way, at places like the Wild West. Don't worry, because I've got all the info for you that there is going to be a mystery person debuting in SuperCard this week, which only means one thing: it's coming in PCC. Whilst we're on the subject of this week, make sure you complete the first annual quest to get your free Miss Elizabeth card. I've got a feeling that the daily streak might have something to do with getting the pro of this. The daily streak's on www.supercard.com/daily streak, or just go to www.supercard.com. This is what you're looking for, this beautiful, slightly overpowered, a little bit less powerful than I expected it to be. I expected this to rival Paul Heyman with it being like an anti-speed and charisma card, but I'm looking to see what kind of pro animation this has, if it has one. There is another way to to get this prod, and that is through the ticket packs, but given we're so close to a new tier, it's not worth your time. You'd need to open the Mega Challenge reward packs to get a chance. I have checked the Super Challenge rewards, but it doesn't seem like they're in this one, so it's probably best waiting, and maybe the Daily Streak will have that. My guess is this might actually be one of the first ever animated support cards. Back to the mystery of PCC though, with it stating that somebody new was joining SuperCard this week. Now, there's been a couple of guesses round, and most people have come to the assumption that Joe Hendry is making his debut.
Say his name and he appears.
I'm gonna say it now, I would love Joe Hendry to be in the game, but right now, it's not the time because he's still signed with TNA, and that just causes a whole headache. Maybe if they're included in the next 2K game, it would be a big possibility. But right now, we haven't even had the Wyatt 6 in the game, and that seems like a similar issue with Bray Wyatt's legacy that's causing a bunch of problems. So getting Joe Hendry seems like a even bigger, more problematic issue. But if they do pull it off somehow, then you know what? Salute to 2K and Cat Daddy for doing it, because that would be amazing. So with Joe Hendry down, there's another 3 people it could be. Now, of course, it could be anyone, but this is based on the spelling of the word somebody in that Discord post, which seemed deliberate because it says somebody as in capital S, some capital B body, which I thought off the bat would be potentially Sabu because his name's in that, and if you say Sabu quickly, you know, it was a bad guess, okay? Then Entra, who runs SuperCard News on Twitter, stated well, maybe it'll be Steve Blackman. And you know what? That's a great guess because Steve Blackman, capital S and B in that somebody, is a massive fan favorite that a lot of old school or lapsed fans have wanted back in the 2K games for ages. This would be a great start. Hey, listen, Stacy Keebler, the Dudleys, amongst many others, came back through SuperCard. ECW, Sandman, Rob Van Dam all appeared in SuperCard first before appearing in 2K. And it's about this time that you start seeing some of those reappearances. Someone else said Steve Borden, but it's Sting and he's still signed to AEW, so that's not happening. Rumor is he really does not like Triple H either, and that would be a bit of a problem. Another guess is something I was incredibly hyped up about when I first found out. It's the body Jesse Ventura. Now this would be amazing and incredibly quick because he just re-signed for WWE, and I can just imagine a classic Jesse Ventura versus Gorilla Monsoon PCC, which would be amazing. And if you don't know who those guys are, well, just Google Jesse Ventura. I mean, he's been bigger in everything outside WWE. Now, Gorilla Monsoon is already in SuperCard, but if you still don't know who he is, well, you have him to thank for the area behind the curtain at any event being called Gorilla. Yes, it was named after him. Google and Wikipedia are completely free. Go research yourselves. I'd love to know your guesses, but if you're not sure, it doesn't hurt anyone to just go, hey, I think it's going to be Joe Hendry.
Say his name and he appears.
Because I believe. And if you believe in watching a brand new video, go to this up here, which teaches you how to get a free Nexus CM Punk, courtesy of yours truly, and this video down here, which is the latest on the channel. But until next time, JB out.